touch the rose, always knew it was touch and go. Ain't look back since I touched my shots, fly, you best duck and roll. From the day that I touched the rose, always knew it was touch and go. Ain't look back since I touched my shots, fly, you best duck and I'm taking shots to that 42, this trim's fresh and it's Elvis too. Ain't no telling what mess will do, so mind your step, I'll be stepping true. Yeah, I pause like they're stuck in glue, I'm D-stacks, who the fuck are you? Fine boy, I got no tattoos, I'm dark and lovely, that's sweet taboo. Favorite rapper track, claim me trap. All now we ain't got no shoots. Federale won't lock me up. All now they ain't got no proof. All now they ain't got no charge. Hate to see a man living large. Hate to see a man whipping cars. I'd rather see a man flipping star. From the day that I touched the rose, always knew it was touch and go. Ain't look back since I touched my shots, fly, you best duck and roll. From the day that I touched the rose, always knew it was touch and go. Ain't look back since I touched my shots, fly, you best duck and from the day that I touched the street, slump, some drugs, guns and beef. Split wigs, you best duck and weave. It's up, you can't up and leave. Turn your back and try front on me. Young gun, let it down for free. Middle finger up, fuck police. Big blue tool on my back, roll G. Stick up, way too pattern for that, you can't stick up. Enough man, one in your home, you best sit up.
I'll go on to those, yo.
Your bone, you get lift up. Paramedics running your home, they can't stitch up. Bear man calling your phone, you can't pick up. Should've just lowered your tone, you got hit up. More time keeping it going, but we switch up. Better just fix up, aye. From the day that I touched the rose, always knew it was touch and go. Ain't look back since I touched my shots, fly, you best duck and roll. From the day that I touched the rose, always knew it was
you haven't DM'd me.
Ain't look back since I touched my
You definitely haven't DM'd me.
From the day that I touched the streets,
You haven't DM'd me. Have you DM me now? DM me now. Follow the Mandom's voice. It's in the. I just pinned it. And DM me, and then we talk about what you want to talk about. But 100% haven't seen a DM from you. I would have replied. Wait, that's 30 stacks, man. And Streezy, my Streezy on production. What's going on? Is everybody out? Oh shit, what have I done today? I've been doing bits today. I was in Northwest today. I was in, where was I? I was in, like near, where did I go? Was it Labbit Grove? I was shooting for Waffle Podcast. Shout out to the man them at Waffle Podcast. You get me? We're shooting for them at Jukebox Studios in Northwest. That's going to be dropping in about a week. That's sick. So yeah, that was good today. I'm social. I know listen, I reply to my DMs. I read comments. Come on. Man's not gassed. I'm not that big yet. They're telling me I am, but we growing, you know? So I'll definitely reply to your DMs, man. Definitely. We should sit down. Because I take it that's what you want to talk about. You wanna sit down? Is that what you want to do? Send me a DM. If that's what you want to do, send me a DM. So what am I going to do tonight? You guys have been screaming for me to come on live. But I'm going to have a discussion. There's some things I want to unpack and discuss today. Yeah, that's the one. The Mandom's Voice. Yeah, follow that. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? Guys, if you haven't subscribed, then the link's there. Just click the link in the bio, literally. I'll even allow you to hop out of this just to do that and come back in. Click the link in the bio, subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Mandom's Voice. We got our first episode dropping real soon. And all these lives that we do, I've done quite a lot. We're going to be posting them on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe because you can see the full live on YouTube because I don't post on Instagram, it's just too much. It's Spoiled Black Kings 2023. That's what I'm saying. It is. It should be. Because it's Spoiled Black Queens 365 days, yeah? You know what I mean? So, I mean, we could at least have 1 year of it. Spoil the Mandem for 1 year, that would be good. Just 1 year, just 1 year. You know, we've been doing it every day for like, since the dawn of time, right? So it'll be nice. There's nothing wrong with showing your man that you care. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's good. I keep going live late night. You know why I go live late night? Well, because I'll be doing loads of stuff, but also because, like, I don't know, it gets better as it gets lighter. later. Not even now. As it gets, normally we be doing lives till like 4 in the morning, sometimes 5. We have to keep jumping out because so many people keep jumping in from all that overseas and at the time difference. So it's nice. It's time to hear the mandom's voice. It is, and like a lot of people seeing just content for me like snippets, and I know when you see snippets, it can be like, I don't know, depending on what you're seeing for me, sometimes it can look quite polarizing and it can rub people up the wrong way. But a lot of times it's just clickbait. The way people make their clips, the way they name them, even the way I do it as well. So, but the idea of the mandom's voice is to create a safe space where primarily men can speak, and also women can come and they can speak as well. And if they didn't understand something, they can hear some stuff. And the first time they might hear it, you know, it might rub them up the wrong way. But hopefully, the idea is to get women to come and sit down and have real conversations, you know. And I believe in family and community, and it really all comes back down to that. So ultimately, that's what I want to do. So when you see those clips of like me going back and forth with women, you do realise I don't want to do that. That's because the girls are doing that, right? It's not something that, you know, because it just takes away from the initial message and what we're trying to do. It just makes good internet and good TikTok. And yeah, it's cool. I get millions of views off that. But what actually gets missed is what I'm trying to do. And that's what we're gonna be doing with the mandom's voice. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So, right, let's get to the show then. Let's get to the show. What am I doing today? Extra, read all about it. What is that? Look, I'm just going to just talk about some of the stuff I've seen in the news and the blogs. Because I think there's been some stuff that we should have some conversations about. Okay. So the first one is, just give me 1 second. Oh, didn't want to do that. Yeah, I just want to get to the main thing. So, have you heard about, you might have seen it on social media, the picture, well, I say 22-year-old Maya Jesus, who is a socialite influencer, who's engaged to marry a 59-year-old Ghanaian man 2 months after meeting, and she says nothing to do with money, although he's a multimillionaire, and he's 59 and she's 22 years old. Now I've been seeing the internet, like she's really pretty and he looks good. He's got muscles, looks really good for his age. But I've seen the internet's been going wild. Everyone's been like, oh, it's just about money, and she said it before. Look, her exact words were, why are people only putting emphasis on his financial status? Besides being a complete gentleman, my man looks absolutely amazing. Y'all can have your iced out boys. And he looks good, I can't lie. And obviously, you know, he's a multi-millionaire. She's got a prenup, or he's already arranged a prenup, so she wants to marry him, and she's marrying him. And, you know, everyone's been like, oh, age. To be fair with you, like, it's the male advantage. It's something that I speak about repeatedly when I speak about the difference between a women's prime and a man's prime, and there tends to be a lot of argument or pushback against it. But essentially, you see it everywhere around the world. You know, older men with younger women. It's happened all the time for all manner of reasons. But essentially, that one's been getting everyone crazy because it's literally 60 years old and she's 22, and you know, and he's very rich. But well, we know why older women get triggered. Do you know why older women get triggered when they see older men with younger women? Because if you're in his age range and he's a multi-millionaire, you would feel as if that he should pick you, right? But in reality, men options, you know, are different to women. Like, a lot of the time in reality, when I speak and we talk about the prime years, we talk about 18 to 28, we use that time frame because that's the time frame that we say that, you know, the world really bends for women. You know, it's the time when, you know, when you go out, you're going to get let into nightclubs for free. It's the time when you're going to get your most proposals. It's the time when every man wants to date you. You know, it's really the best time for women. You get your best results in that time. And it doesn't tend to be the best time for men. And I've spoken about this before, when the younger men, you know, want to date women, but because they don't have the things that they want, they end up dating the older men, as this is the story's proven. But then what happens to the younger men? They then end up having to go and then work hard, you know, as they say, eat shit for a few years, whatever. They don't get seen, and then a lot of the times the women date all these guys, the Bads, the Chads, and the Tyrones, and the Jeromes, as they say, and then you know, it doesn't amount to anything. And then by the time they get, you know, around their 30s, late 28s, 30s, whatever, the guys they didn't see actually start to pick up stride, even because, you know, men don't actually get into their stride, like, you know, in their late 30s, 40s, like, but that's just another statistic, right? And then, so the tables start to change a little bit, right? And a lot of times men get better as they get older. And obviously women's peak time is not the same. So what you hear is, you know, they'll say, you know, women start to lose their eggs around 30, and geriatric pregnancy starts around 35. You hear a lot of women, obviously, you know, everyone's different, right? And people can have babies late. That's not what I'm saying. But exceptions don't cancel out the rules. So you never see doctors recommending women to be having babies that late, right? And then what tends to be, you see now, a lot of women start saying on social media, oh, well, you know, at 40, sperm starts to decrease, and yes, you know. But ultimately, it's men that have babies in their 60s and 70s, and their babies are fine. We have about 200,000 years of recorded human civilization, and throughout that whole time, men have been procreating late into age, right? So, it's just, yeah, Kevin Samuel said, R.I.P. the Godfather, 27 to 35 is the danger zone for women. Yeah, it's the danger zone. It is the danger zone. It is the danger zone. Yes, you're right. R.I.P. the Godfather. It is the danger zone. It is the danger zone for women. It is. And you know, and so when you see, and the thing about this right is, you know, younger women date older men for all manner of reasons. I've said this before. All manner of reasons. It could be, you know, you know, and one of the things is people like, he doesn't look like an uncle. That's because traditionally we consider the uncles with the big bellies and the bald head. He looks good. He's got his hairline, his hench. You know. I've said it before. How was 50 Cent? How was Drake in his 30s? How many good women would date him? Even if he wasn't Drake and he just looked the way he looked. So it also comes down to how you look, you know. It definitely comes down to how you look. So, and then, yeah, and, you know, when you're outside in the festivals and the brunches, you know, the nightclubs outside, you're directly in competition with women in the 20s if you're women in your 30s, right? Even in your 40s, you're directly in competition with these, because you're in the same place, right? So it's fair, like, you're in the exact same place, so you're directly in competition. And chances are, men will pick younger. But if you leave yourself outside, still in the sexual marketplace, then you have to compete. You know, but you cannot compete with someone that can, at 20, she can give him a whole football team of kids. She's clearly happy for it. You know, so you see all. It tends to be quite a Western thing when people say, oh, like when people get shocked by this. I don't get shocked by it. Where just go next time you're in West End, next time you're walking up Oxford Street, Knightsbridge, go into some design, the high-end shops, and tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. It's everywhere if you want to see it. You know, it's everywhere if you want to see it. So, you don't need to ask why a 22-year-old wants a 59-year-old multi-millionaire. You just have to just understand that she does. Yeah? That's the case. And you don't, and lots of younger women are with, like I said, my girl's younger. So, it is what it is. Like, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's not a problem. But the only people that try to shame men are women that feel as if they want to have access to these men, but they can't. You know? But equality and the right to choose means everyone can choose who they want, as long as they're not hurting anybody and it's consensual. Yes, money is a factor. Money is always a factor. But you have to understand, like, money. It's like when people say, "Oh yeah," they always say with the Kylie Jenner thing when they show the old pictures. Oh, remember, you're not ugly. You're just broke. Because yes, money can do a lot. Money can do a lot for you. But essentially, it's just gonna elevate you. What's the subject tonight? I'm just going through some. I'm going through some different things from the blogs and from the news that I picked up. So I'm just talking about the story of the 22-year-old Nigerian socialite that's marrying the 59-year-old Ghanaian man, and it's been all going over the blogs. But she's saying, look, she's happy. But everyone's like, oh, like you know what everyone's saying. But I'm just talking about it, and I'm saying you see that every single day. The only people that are really upset, and then the younger guys that are getting upset, I'm like, you're getting upset because you don't understand this is how it goes. Back in the day, they told women if you want a man to take care of you, that's bad. They called those women gold diggers. They did. And you girls bumped yourselves. Now they're calling them city girls. I mean, you girls had high standards. You should have just. You didn't know what was about to happen to the world. You didn't know it was gonna be like it was promoted. They was gonna rate you for this. Nah, you didn't know that. Of course, she is happy. She looks happy. She looks very happy to me. She looks extremely happy. I've been out with older man. Yeah. But he's like, I don't know, he was like 37 years older than her. But he looked good. I can't lie, he looked good. Everyone said he looked good. You know? But what I'm trying to say is I'm just going through some of the things in the paper that I saw that I wanted to talk about. And I just saw it and I'm just like, it's the male age advantage. It's there. It doesn't go anywhere. You can't keep beefing it. You can't get upset by it. You can't shame men into picking you. You can't. It's not going to work. You know? So, women will say things like, oh, men just want to date younger women because they want to manipulate them. Yeah, because they can't handle an intellectual woman. They can't handle a... I'm not supposed to handle any woman. Are you listening to what you're saying? No woman's supposed to come with care. Like, you're not you're not a wild animal. I'm not supposed to be handling you. You're just supposed to come ready to go. Tame, you know, agreeable. When I say agreeable, I don't mean you don't have a brain. I mean you're not trying to get rid of my brain and blow it out with all the you know? So you can't force men to make the game fair. Yeah, Auntie Jenny, he chose to marry her. He did, yeah, she's 22, she got the ring. She even, the prenup as well. And he's 59, you know, he's 59 and he's a millionaire. But at the same time, she can have any young guy. You think she can't have young millionaires? Come on, she can. She's high level. But at the end of the day, she picked the guy that she, you know. So, women pick older men for all manners of reasons. Like, it could be like, fuck, daddy issues. And I said this before, daddy issues in a positive way, where she's had a positive impact from her father, where he's been present, where he's been a leader, where he's done a lot for her, maybe paid a lot of things and this, so she looks to a man, an older man, like that same figure. It could be the other issue, where she has daddy issue, where she hasn't had a father around, where she, because of that, she gravitates to an older man and wants someone to lead her and wants someone to teach her. Yeah, that one too. Or it could just be like she likes older men. What the hell? And if you look good, then what's the problem? Black don't crack. I'm all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it could all manner of reasons, but you don't get to shame. You don't get to shame her or shame a man or question it because you don't understand it. Like, why are you questioning a girl what she finds attractive? Why are you questioning a man? You know?
You can't shame me for having a young girlfriend. It won't work.
You know me already.
Wait, if I see you, I need to see like.
You know, it's always the way, innit?
Yeah, that's it. Because it looks good. Yeah, because when I post it on YouTube, they'll see that's great.
Ah, this is jealousy. How old did you say the young lady was that got married?
She's 22.
You know what? It's just jealousy. Because I bet how many bodies she got out there. I bet she ain't got none. She's right. She's right and he's right. She can't find nobody that she trusts with her virginity if she's a virgin or with her extremely low body count.
Yeah.
And she found someone that's going to respect it. How many young people out there are going to match her virginity with their money?
There you go.
That's classic of what the men want. The men say they want a woman with a low body count or they want a virgin. She's kept to herself and she's got the prize. Good on her. Me personally, if that was me, I'd sign a prenup because what she's going to be getting and investing.
They've already done it. They've already done a prenup. That's why everyone, she's like, she signed a prenup. She wants him. Like, it's fine.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Listen, right. She's gonna marry. She's married him. She's gonna have a good time. And even if he leaves her, by what she will have in assets.
Yeah, she'll be good.
Why not sign the prenup?
Yeah.
And he ain't leaving her. He ain't leaving her. You know why? Because at 20, when I want to have an older man, everyone goes, "Oh, why are you gonna have an older man? How old is the man?"
He ain't leaving her. He's towards the end of his life.'s 59.
How old is the man that got married?
No, they haven't got married yet. They're engaged. He's 59. She's not gonna.
She's always gonna look better than a 59-year-old. She's always gonna look better than a 59-year-old. That's the difference. She's always gonna look better than a 59-year-old. So let the haters hate. Good on her.
Yeah, she's always gonna look better than him. Always.
And you know what? Why are they gonna turn around and say it ain't no child abuse because she's an adult? It ain't no child abuse because she's an adult. If she was out there as a single parent now, they wouldn't have said, "Oh, it's child abuse," because somebody's coming on and saying it's child abuse, right? So if she was a single parent at 20, somebody would have had sex with her. So how's it child abuse? We're not talking about children. We're talking about adults there together. So there's no abuse in it. It's just the haters out there. She needs a round of applause. That's what she needs. And well done to him too.
Why is it, Arnie, particularly in our community, we treat adult women, they'll be like 24, whatever, we treat them like kids, even though they can have mortgages, even though they basically can do every single thing that anyone can do, that we're trying to treat them like children. Why do we do that?
If she was a boss bitch at 22, would they have said that about her?
She is. She's doing her thing.
No, their version of what a boss bitch is.
What for the street?
You know, like, right. Just jealousy. Just jealousy. I think it's well done. She's going to do a lot with that money. Because she got her head screwed on. She got education. She's going to go far. And you know what? She looks damn good on his arm. She looks good on his arm. She looks better than any 59-year-old would. Or any mash-up 25-year-old with a body count of 15 nowadays.
That's what
all the hate. They know that they can't. They know that you know what it is, right? The girls are looking at her thinking, "Shit, if I was a virgin, look what kind of man I could have get." Too late. It's too late. That ship has passed. That's all it is. Yeah. Because they know that if they cut their legs from early, they could have got a man like that or a younger man like that. Because nowadays, that's what the younger men want.
Yeah. Right.
I haven't seen the story, but I just heard about it. And I thought I don't see nothing wrong in that. They're both adults.
Okay.
There's no law being broken, and she sold the prenup. So how could she be a gold digger when she done the prenup? That don't make no sense.
So while you're here, I was gonna read something else. I want to get you here, get your thoughts on it, because I want to apply it to what I believe. So DJ Mustard's from America, the DJ, big producer, ex-wife is seeking $80K a month in child support for their 3 kids. They dated for 11 years before marriage. They met at 19 when they both had zero money. He filed for divorce after 18 months and she signed a prenup. Mustard's income was reported at $10 million in 2020. So she wants $80K a month. So I said, he filed for divorce, so I don't want to hear no complaints. Usually it's women that leave, but when a man does, he needs to prepare for the L. Because, you know, like, we use
children
the
wear gold-plated shoes or gold-plated clothes, or they're eating gold leaf for breakfast.
no, no, listen.
It's not I'm saying the amount of money she wants for the kids.
No, but listen to this, right? Right, we always talk about women walk out of the relationships and break up their home 80% of the time, right? And they break up their marriages. But you've been with a woman that's been with you for 11 years. She's had 3 of your children, and you've been married for, I don't know, for 8, we'll have a couple of years, whatever. But now you didn't have to marry her. You didn't have to. You could have just not married her and just, you know what I mean? But you chose to marry her. As a man, when you choose to marry a woman, that's basically saying, I want to be there forever. You're not the one going to walk away, because financially it's always going to be you that's going to be the one that's going to take the brunt. If you choose to leave your wife after 3 kids and be with her 11 years, mate, I don't feel sorry for you for what happens next. Because it's all going to be on her side. You shouldn't have married in the first place.
Did you say that she signed a prenup?
No, this one hasn't got a prenup. This one hasn't got a prenup. This is a separate one. But
I can understand, but that's a lot of money for children, though.
I hear you, but I wanna. That a little bit of that is probably a bit of anger, because she's like, after 11 years.
That's right. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If we say it when women file for divorce, we got to say it when men file for divorce. Simple.
Yeah, and I hate the fact that a man is breaking up his family, because you know what I'm like. I'm like, listen, you know, I'm for the family. But when a man openly chooses to break up his family and divorce his wife, it's like, it has to be something crazy she's done. You know what I'm trying to say?
There's an artist, but it doesn't matter how crazy it is, because he knew that she was crazy when he married her.
Exactly.
But the thing is,
he's been married for like 18 months.
There's a guy in Barbados, right? And his name's Little Rick. And he had a woman, and then he made it big, and he'd left his woman, then made it big. And then he got married and got a big house. You know what he done? He built onto the house and built another house for his baby mother and the children. So he said he said she was there from the beginning, even though they weren't together, and they got kids together, and he wants his kids with him, and he wants to make sure that she has a good life. And I thought that was great. I thought that was really good. But this one here, and the thing is, another thing which I gotta say, I mean, he deserves all he gets. But what I know, that from what I can see, is that when if a man's gonna marry you see how that young girl, the young woman, and the man got married. They got married quick. I would say that if a man gets married after 3 years, it's because he's been pressured into it by society, her parents, the children, the woman. Oh, they think it's that time he got married. Because if that was the case, he would have married her quick. Because I know a lot of people, and they get married like after 5 years, 6 years, they've had children, then they get married, and it's never the same. Yeah. Because if they wanted to get married, they would have got married, like, they would have started planning it from like early, not wait until you had kids and like 5 years down the line. And I think that's what happened with him. I think this thing, because you know, like, if somebody's together 11 years before you get married, you know what people are going to be saying. Oh, you've been married that long. Yeah. You know, why didn't you make a decent woman out of her? Yeah. Look how you've had how you got the free. So that's a lot of pressure. And I know a lot of men feel the pressure, especially when the woman starts buying stuff for her wedding and starts getting books out and magazines out and line them around. And then the children start saying, well, how come we not married to my mum? So I can understand. And then he got married and he realised, you know what, I shouldn't have done this, and then got divorced. Yeah. So I think for some men especially, if he's moaning about it, he's wrong. But I know for some men, they'd rather just pay the money and get rid of the woman because she's a headache. They'd rather just pay the money. Because if he's got a formula where he's made money, give her the money, he can always make money again on his own. So me, I'd say that if he feels that way about marriage, give her the money, you've got a lucky escape. Because what's he gonna do? Stay there until the kids leave home? So now he's gonna go out there now, and now he's gonna go and get himself a younger woman.
Mm.
But now he should just pay up and not moan.
Yeah, that's what, you know, and I saw a lot of people replying back to me and saying, oh, but what if it's this? I said, listen, if you have to understand, you didn't have to marry her. She already had 3 kids, so you have to pay for that. That was, listen, before we had to give her half, he already had to pay for the 3 kids, right? Then he would have married her, so now he has to give her half, and on top of that, he's gonna have to basically pay for the 3 kids. Like,
Yeah.
So, you know, and she's
just
gonna
got paid
be
for the last 11 years, that's all.
yeah, but she's gonna be angry, yeah, because she didn't want that. What woman, like, and you know what it is, Auntie? Yeah, we have to really commend the women that don't want to break up their families and only ever wanted to be married and stay with this one guy. When their life gets destroyed by men,
if they wanted marriage that much, if they wanted marriage that well, they wouldn't have hung in there. They would have got married within the first 3 years. As far as I'm concerned.
I'm saying, just in general, right? We need to think about, because there's like the same way men, you know, like the same way men get taken to the cleaners, or they really believe in one woman and then she completely switches on them. There's men that do that to women, right? So there's women that so there's men that do that to women, and when they do that, we have to also call it out. Because you're choosing, because a lot of times, Auntie, they're just choosing to go break up their families for a little bit of younger booty or something, Auntie.
Yeah.
And rather than go and step out, they go destroy their whole family. I'm not advocating for stepping out, but they literally go and destroy their whole family and go get a younger girl. Sometimes they go get her pregnant or something. Now they've got another kid outside. You know what I'm trying to say? He's probably going to go do that, you know?
But the thing is, I don't think he'll have any more kids. But I just think that he'll realise eventually that he's lost the best woman that he ever had. Because men always do that in the end. But yeah, he should just, if he feels that way, mate, pay the money. Pay the money. But that's a lot of money for the children. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, it is. But you know, a little bit of that money is payback. You know that, Arnie, right? It's payback, right?
Yeah.
What's the word?
She coming like what's it like Brittany Renner when she said, well, if my child's used to being picked up in a Lamborghini, then he's got to get picked up in a Lamborghini. I was like, bro, the kid's only 2. I haven't know how to spell or say Lamborghini, let alone getting one.
What is it? What drives a man to this reasoning that divorce is the answer? I don't know. Divorce is like, listen, I prescribe to the thing is like, I really truly believe that, like, I don't have kids, right, and I'm not married yet. And God forbid, like, your wife would ever cheat on you, because that's not something whatever. But I do believe when you have kids and family, I do believe that's a different conversation. You know, because Arnie, one thing I know about men and their baby. Arnie, one thing I do know about men and their baby moms that go back and forth. A baby mother and guy it's a mad relationship, because sometimes I see that some of these baby moms do the wildest things to my friends, and I'm like, you let them get away with that, but it's just different. It's just different. It's just different. All right. So I don't have that yet. So I don't want to say what it is, but I know my morals and what obviously what I believe in, and obviously what
you know something, right? After 11 years being together, sometimes women switch when they get married. I think sometimes they switch. They get a ring on their finger and then they just switch. Because look, and that's why you find some men that are like, no, we've been happy together for so many years. Why change it? Why make it worse? Yeah. Because look, they most probably was as happy as Larry for 11 years. He got pressured into getting married. For all right, then we've been together. You know, nothing's going to change because we've been together through thick and thin. She gets the ring on her finger, switches, and he's like, nah, I want out now. Because you hear a lot of men that say that. You hear a lot of men that say that once she got the ring on her finger, she changed. And,
what
men...
What is it about the ring that makes women change once they get it? What is it about the ring?
It's the law, innit?
Oh, the law.
The law.
Okay.
Because that's when they stop being married to their man and they start being married to the government.
Okay. They got to deal with the government, yeah?
Yeah. The government becomes their husband. That's what I think. Because they don't feel so empowered. And the thing is that if he had done his research, most probably, I don't even know, I'm just guessing here, most probably that where he is living, there's certain places that once you live with a woman for a certain amount of years, she gets the same rights as if she was married.
On some common law business or something. I don't know.
Right, yeah. Because I know in Barbados, I think it's 3 years. And I know that I think somebody says Canada, it's like 6 months or something like that if you live with someone. So nothing's really changed. So he would have lost the money whether they would have married or not.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody's saying he didn't get a prenup. Maybe because the prenup wouldn't have been worth the paper it's written on if that's where he's living. So maybe that's why he didn't get a prenup.
Yeah.
Because it would have made no difference. The only difference is they spent a lot of money on a wedding and she got the ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it makes a difference. Because if he was in Canada or somewhere, she would have got a man anyway.
Okay. Let me read my next clip that I read this in the paper today. Let me read it out and then we can unpack it because this is a little bit more interesting one. The title is "I Warn Constance Over the Type She Falls in Love With," and it's got a picture of some brunette. She looks kind of Italian, and then it's got some guy that looks like some yardie guy with canes. Missing: Constant Martin and Mark Gordon have disappeared with their baby. Let me read it. A friend of an aristocrat missing with her sex offender partner and baby today said she had warned her about the type of men she falls in love with. Constant Martin, 35, disappeared with Mark Gordon, 48, almost 2 weeks ago and is believed to be living off grid using cash from her trust fund. Noisette Towan said that Miss Martin had broken contact with her friends and family after she started seeing Gordon, who was serving a 20-year sentence in the USA for kidnap, sexual battery, and burglary. Miss Towan said, who worked with Mrs. Martin at a film production company in Egypt, told The Independent, when she falls in love, she goes anywhere with the person she loves. I've warned her to take care of the people she gets close to. But she added, when she falls in love, she doesn't listen anymore. Miss Howard told the Mirror, when she got with the recent partner, she started being distant from everybody and not replying to any messages. I spoke to her sister to check she was okay, but she wasn't hearing back from her either. The couple and a newborn baby were last spotted on January the 7th at East Ham Station in Newham between 11:45 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. Police are concerned that neither Martin nor her child underwent suitable medical tests after the birth. They've asked to do the right thing and to appeal if they have anything to go. So basically, I want to talk about women picking these bad boys. Why?
So, will you say he's an aristocrat?
No, she's an aristocrat. What is this obsession with these girls from uptown picking these roadmen and these criminals?
Well, a bit of rough, innit? They watch social media, innit? And nowadays, social media is selling all the bad boys. It's not selling the good boys. It's not selling the gentlemen. I mean, how many times do you see? I remember years ago, the aristocrats, they used to have their balls. You used to see them dressing up and meeting the men and curtsying. Nowadays, they're all there twerking and, you know, shaking their nash.
You know about Nash now? Who taught you?
I learned it.
He taught you.
And that's what it is. I thought that was the one that disappeared backpacking or something like that.
No, so I want to discuss this because she's come from a privileged upbringing. She's chosen to date a guy that was in jail for 20 years, that was serving for essay, for battery, all robbery. And she's had a newborn baby and she disappeared with him.
But you see, these people, they need to be put somewhere or locked down. They need to be, I'm not all for vigilantes, but the police need to know where they are. They need to check on them regular. Because if they had that man under lockdown, regular, where he can't even breathe without them knowing, he wouldn't have been in no contact with no woman. Because they're going to say, oh, you know, he got locked up and he's a changed character. No. They need castrating. Because then they shouldn't be able to breed nobody. They need castrating so they get rid of all their sperm and that they can never get a hard on again.
No, but yeah, no, that's one aspect. But I want to talk about the aspect of women. Like he's a criminal. Like he's He's come up. He's come up. She's got a trust fund. She's just accessing the money. You know like how Pearl got a trust fund? She's a trust fund baby. But
I'd like to know how much she actually knew about him.
No, she knows it all. She was writing to him in jail. He came out.
Okay. Maybe he was a reformed character.
No, he's not
reformed. But the thing is, no, but what I'm trying to say is that with the letters, and the thing is, I know that we're saying about the woman, but at the end of the day, if he's been locked up for something like that, I thought they read all your letters. He shouldn't be able to correspond with no woman outside.
No, he can. Like, you just can't correspond with no. Like, he can, like, it's a freedom of choice.
He's not supposed to. He's not. I don't think he should be allowed to. If you've been charged for something like that, I think you're not supposed to be allowed to talk to no woman.
When they start depriving prisoners of even letters, that's when there's no. They don't have no will to live, and they can start just doing bad. So they have to at least give people letters. Like I'm
not saying they can't write letters, but just not to no woman. Write to your doctor. Write to your therapist. Write to your priest. And they need to get medicated so they don't get no urges.
Mm-hmm.
But her family should have protected her. Because sometimes you just meet these girls and they're sheltered. And then they meet someone, it's like, oh, I'm in love, and that's it. Because once she had that child, that child should have been taken from her. They take children away from lesser people, but they didn't take the child from her because she's an aristocrat.
Yeah,
or because her family come and said, oh, we're going to support her.
No, basically.
Why could you let somebody that you know has had a child for somebody like that go and take the child at the hospital and go with them? They should have been on lockdown.
Yeah.
But she's going to know now, innit? But now she's on the run. And the thing is, they put all of that out there. She's on the run from her trust fund. The people out there, they know what they're doing, because if they want to find it, they would. Because they're actually going to get the money out by cashing it, by cash point. And look how many times they can say, oh, yeah, we can go to this computer, we can trace where a card is. So why are they doing that? They're doing that because they've lost somebody in the system. They don't, the police and the public, they don't care about the girl and the baby, you know.
Mm.
It's the man they're after, because they know they've effed up with the man.
I know what it is, yeah. I've seen this growing up as well. Like, you know, they seem to be something, an attraction. Well, you know what it is. Whenever we talk about whenever we talk about women chasing, you know, Chad and Tyrone's, essentially the guys which are the bad boys or the guys which they know are no good. This is just a more inflated version on steroids. But essentially, I've seen this growing up. Like, you know, you come from, you know, wherever it might be, the hood, whatever, growing up, you know, girls start driving before the man then would, whatever, and then they would start coming up, picking up the man then, you know, and driving people certain things and doing certain things. And you'd be looking at people that come from some of the best backgrounds, but they would just spend their time in the hood. And some people go out of it. Yeah, some people actually go out of it. They do that thing where they, you know what, and that's the thing about privileges. You can play around with it in the hood, and one day you decide that actually it's not for me, or if it comes on tops one day, you can just be like, actually, I want to go back to my life. Whereas the other people can't escape that.
Yeah.
And that's the difference about
they dip in and they dip out. They dip in and they dip out. The only problem is that when she dipped in, she wasn't able to get out, was she?
Yeah.
But I think it's after the man. They don't care about the girl. Because if they cared about the girl, let's think about it, they've got no money. She's got unlimited money available to her. How come they can't? How's she spending the money?
What do you mean she withdrawing?
If somebody else on the run, if it was and Billy No Mates on the run, they would have traced his cash point card, innit? They would have traced the card.
Yeah, because technically, because they're not on the run. She just absconded with him, and obviously he's an unsavory character, right? So they haven't done any crimes. He's served his time and he's come out. But everyone's like, yo, like you had a newborn baby, you haven't been to the hospital, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. So she hasn't done a crime, but essentially they're worried about her, and obviously because she's keeping bad company. So I'm saying this. I've seen this before. Like I've seen this quite growing up. Big up Auntie Jenny. Jam says big up Auntie Jenny. Yeah, there's been a couple big up Auntie Jenny still.
Oh, yeah. Hi. That happened to another aristocrat. Somebody belonging to the Queen. And I think she went and she was a crackhead and stuff like that. And she done the same thing. Yeah, she did. She done the same thing. They was hunting for her once upon a time too. Somebody belonging to somebody belonging to the Queen. But that's for my ends as well, from East Ham. Bring
Yeah,
down East Ham like that.
those,
Good old Newham.
those, those are your bits. What else did I see? Yeah, right.
So how's it been going with your podcast?
It's so good. I'm still shooting on that day. I've just been yeah. My hours have been going up. I'm almost on 1,000 subscribers as well, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel. The link's in the bio and it's pinned there already. Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
good.
I can't wait for you to start going live on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm going live on YouTube on Sunday. Oh yeah, guys, I'm going live on YouTube on Sunday. Yeah, I'm going live on YouTube on Sunday. I am.
If I didn't say no, I was trying to say that if I didn't say that, you wouldn't have said.
Yeah. No, Arnie, man, I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I did a podcast today. Shout out to the Waffle Podcast. I shouted them earlier on, but I did it in in West London. It was good, man. But it was a quick one. But it was going so
Is that
much.
the one you got to go back and do part 2? You
Yeah,
said.
you got to do a longer one, man, because I like them, man. We started getting into it, and then but they were shooting some other. They had quite a few people that were doing it, so they said they're gonna bring me back and we'll do like 2 hours with me, and then they're gonna do me with someone else. So we'll shoot like 2 episodes. Yeah, but it was good. I like them, man. Cool guys, man.
I got to go to Manchester. But I don't know who the podcaster is yet.
When you going?
I think tomorrow.
Where you going, Manny?
Yeah, they're gonna come and pick me up. It's my nephew. Something to do with my nephew. My nephew's what's his name? Goose. Goose, the official Goose. He does music, and someone to do with him. He just phoned me up and said, "Auntie." So that's my proper nephew. So if they're gonna come and pick me up and drive me there, that saves me driving. But I'm gonna go now. But you got to phone me after this 1-to-1 because I got some news for you.
You do. Arnie, you always got that. You always got that hot tea for me. Cool. Say no more. After I finish.
Let me just say, this is to do with my personal life.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like that though.
It's good. Okay, cool. You won the lottery or something? You're about to buy me a podcast studio. What are you about to do?
I've been having issues. I've got issues in my life at the moment, but they're all getting solved.
All right, amen. Praise the Lord. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Listen, I found my Ghanaian friend. She started singing in her language and she had me in tears, mate.
Come on. Trust African people will always get you like that.
Yeah, she started. As soon as I told her, she was ironing. She put down the iron. Her hands were going up.
Yeah.
She sang it in English. Then she sang it in her language. And then, it's always got more than one verse. So then she carried on, and I was just like, she never even said hello. I just said hello, and I told her. She started singing and rejoicing and praying. Yeah. But I like that when you sneeze, an African person says sorry. I love that.
Sorry, that's what I said. They sneeze. Sorry. But I do that.
I hurt myself, and then you're saying sorry. I cough, you say sorry.
Yeah, no. People's like, but I'm just like, yeah, sorry anyway. It's calm. Yeah, it's fine.
It's weird, really, because you can tell that how far back our training has gone. Because in Barbados, you know how you say, like, no, thank you.
Mm.
No, you know how you say yes, please? They say no, please, as well.
Okay.
So they say yes, please, and if you say something, they say no, please. They just won't say no, it's no, please.
No, please.
So you got the African people if they're sorry, sorry, sorry. And then you got the West Indian people in Barbados if they're yes, please, and no, please.
Yeah.
It's got to be something to do with our history.
We all won.
Anyway, I've got my meditation. I think it's tomorrow. Starting at 4:30 in the morning.
Right.
I started taking that meditation to calm me and keep me focused.
Yeah. I've been doing conversations with people. I've been getting better. I don't get when I get unagreeable. I'm getting better with it. It's cool, man. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good, baby.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But I know that, but I need to center myself. That's why I brought Jess back on the show, innit, to tell her what I thought about her.
Wow.
She missed that.
Yeah.
So now I need to just keep myself calm how I was. My man told me, remember you're the queen of the one-liners. There's no reason to cuss.
What's up? What's up?
I ain't doing all of that. And all of that. And all of, I don't know none of that. I just
Namaste.
I just know about deep breathing. That's all I'm gonna do. So I'm here eating my healthy snacks.
Yeah, man. Say no more.
Yeah, anyway, look after yourself.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Can't wait to see you go live on Sunday.
Thank you. I'll let you know all the time and stuff, and I'll shout you.
Yeah, go on there and put on a notification so that all your subscribers gets notified.
I shall do that.
Make sure you do.
I will.
All right then.
Yes.
Bye.
Peace out, Auntie Jenny. Come on. We love Auntie Jenny over here. We love Auntie Jenny. Auntie Jenny always brings something with her. She just brings the realness whenever she comes through. We love Auntie Jenny. Right, next thing I'm gonna talk about. So if you just jumped in, I'm looking at blogs and news, proper news and stuff that I wanted to speak about. You missed out on a few articles already, but what I want to talk about. Wait, hold on a second. Danny Dyer and her boyfriend Jared Bowen, who announced they're soon to be expecting twins. Wait, that's I don't watch Love Island like that, to be honest with you, but I know that's that girl from Love Island. But people are saying that's her second baby dad. I'm confused. So wait, the other guy that she's popped a kid for, she's already got a next baby dad. It's mad. It's mad. See, celebs make. This is why you can't follow celebs, because they just make a worse choice. She's a baby mom, a rich baby mom, but she's still a baby mom. Now she got 3 kids by 2 separate men. Crazy. Didn't she just with my man like this year? And she met a new guy already and she's having his kid. Mad. This is what us men talk about. These are situationships. These aren't even relationships. These are situationships. How are you going to meet a girl and you get a pregnant woman? This is what I mean about sexual discipline. Men are for women. Like, I think that's a bad discipline. Like, no ring. There's no rings no more. You know what it is? Baby showers. Baby showers are the new weddings. That's what it is. Not even baby showers. Gender reveal parties. That's it. Gender reveal parties are the new weddings. That's it. And that's like an American phenomenon. Like gender reveal parties are the new weddings. I might even make that into a topic. Like gender reveal parties are the new weddings. That's it. That's it. That's what I'm going to talk about. Raju, you're requesting to come onto the live. If you're going to come onto the live, make sure you got your face on camera and it's well lit. Can you comment and let me know that, please? If you wanna jump onto live, to get you on live, but just make sure that your face is on camera and it's lit. Yeah, gender reveal parties and new weddings. The amount of effort people go into showing whether or not it's a boy or a girl is the same effort that you've been putting into engagement party. People like they champion being a baby moms. That's what they do. They champion being a baby moms. Like, that's the culture that we have. I started noticing it when I was seeing all the effort that people were when I saw the effort that people were putting into them, and I'm just like, see, it really stumps me But it doesn't, because so anyone can have a baby. Anyone. You don't have to be like saying, "Oh, anyone can have a kid," but it takes a real man to be the father. Essentially, anyone can have a child, but it's not. Anyone can have a child. Anyone can have a child. Literally. But when you plan something, when you announce all of your friends, public announcement, right? Declaration. When you go and you purchase a ring for over how many thousands of pounds, right? When you get down on one knee, everyone sees you. You announce to, basically say to anyone that know you, this is me, I'm out of the game. When you do all of that, you don't do that for no reason. Like, you do that for a reason. Most men are not going to go through all of that and not for no reason. But anyone can have a baby. Anyone can have a baby. Kaylee, what's going on? Anyone can have a baby, Kaylee. Anyone. Not anyone can get married, but babies happen by accident situationships. No marriage happens by accident. They used to, well, not accident, shotgun weddings. You get my sister pregnant, you get my daughter pregnant, whatever. Now you have to marry her. Yeah, but most time people think a lot about what they do before they get married. Unless you're in Vegas somewhere and then you just get drunk and get married. Most people think exactly about what they're doing when they get married. So, yeah. Right. What else have I picked up on the blogs and the papers today? Maybe on my culture. I just don't get it. I do get it, but I don't get it. Stay away from it. I saw this and I like this because this is like a 90s throwback. This one here. This is like Tommy Lee was the only love for me. No rules, couple in the 90s. Pamela Anderson says she has been in love only once with ex-husband Tommy Lee. The Baywatch star 55 wed the Motley Crue rocker 60 in 1995, but they split 3 years later. In a new memoir, Love, Pamela admits, my relationship with Tommy may have been the only time I was ever truly in love. We had fun and our rule was no rules. Their tumultuous relationship included leaked sex tape, dominated headlines in the 90s. Pammy later married musician Kid Rock, poker ace Rick Salomon, and bodyguard Dan Hayhurst, but is now single. I don't need someone to bring me roses, she says, according to the People's Mag. Man, she's Alpha Widow bad. Alpha Widow. You know what Alpha Widow is? Alpha Widow. Alpha Widow essentially is every woman has that guy that she meets in her life. And most of the time, most of the time it's because he wasn't serious about her and he ends up ruining her, or she might break up with him for any types of reason, and then later in life she's going to discover that no man can match that, right? So the moment a woman has had a certain man at a certain level, she's going to gravitate to that man. When that's taken away, no matter any man she meets after that is now going to be, they're not going to match up to it. They won't. So no matter what you do, she's going to be pining for that other guy. And that's what we call for alpha widows. You know what I'm trying to say to you? So she's already saying she's been married 3 times. She's 55. She's single again. She's been married 3 times since him. And she's still talking about him. In 1995, they were with. It's 2020.